And if you tuned in late today, my special guest is Chef David, and he's here from the Bonefish Grill here in the upstate of South Carolina. But they have over 200 restaurants across the country, so you're never far away from a Bonefish Grill, right? And
No.
you are a chef, and we have a dessert we're going to talk about, and we have the recipes to share with you. But what do you do to become a chef, and what about career opportunities for young people?
Well, being a chef, in the restaurants, hotels, resorts is all part of the hospitality industry. There's a wide array of opportunities, but specifically to become a chef, there's a few different routes you can go. You can learn under a great chef as a mentorship, work in a restaurant for a long time, pick up on the various cooking techniques and methods, or you could also do the more modern route, just go to a great culinary school. Johnson & Wales, Greenville Tech has a great culinary program. There's a lot of different avenues you can become, but the main thing is the passion for the food and the attention to detail and creativity.
So you have to love what you do. Did you plan always to be a chef, or did this just kind of happen?
Yeah, I started working at Bonefish in high school, and I've been there ever since. I loved the food. I loved the fast-paced atmosphere. It was something different, and I've gone along with it ever since, and my passion for it grows every day.
Great. So, and do you actually plan some of the menus, or do you just cook what they tell you to cook?
Well, honestly, at Bonefish Grill, we have a wide array of items to choose. Most of our menu items, as a team, and we go down to Tampa and.
So, but there are places you can go if you think you're interested to find out what it involves to become a chef, and you can make a very good career.
Yeah, you can do very well. There's all kinds of opportunities, in the industry. There's always a need for great chefs and managers and cooks and just everything.
So there's always a door open if you're
Always.
interested in that kind of a career.
Always.
Now, what is this, David? What is that?
We started the day off with a misayaki black cod, but we have our chocolate creme brulee now. We've already pre-cooked it, and we're just going to top it off and add the final touches.
So now, what is that, like a custard, or what is it?
Yeah, it's like a custard type pudding dish, very rich, cooked with chocolate chips, egg, a little sugar in there as well, and heavy cream. And with this particular dish, how you cook it is you want to go a lot lower heat, right around 200 to 250.
So you bake it?
Yeah, you bake it, and you'll leave it in the oven for about 40 to 50 minutes. I'll be honest, this one it can be a little challenging and tricky, but the final result of a nicely cooked creme brulee is outstanding.
And that would be very impressive.
Yes, it's very decadent dessert. But we also have a little fun tool to use today.
Now what in the world? I saw that in there, and I thought, my goodness, do you think we're going to have a fire? It looked like something you're going to put a fire out with.
Yeah, so we have a little fire today.
What in the world is that, David?
It's our blowtorch. Don't worry. If it's control it right and be safe, it's a great tool.
But if you don't have this at home, you could still do the recipe,
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. But at Bonefish, we add a little touch to it, and we have a lot of fun with our blowtorch. But
okay, so this would be the dessert that you would serve with that.
Yeah, absolutely. You could pair it with that miso cod. Like I said, is very versatile. You can do a lot of different desserts and things with it. But we have a little. The reason we have the torch is because we caramelize our sugar on top of the custard to give it.
What is that, brown sugar?
Yep, this is just simple brown sugar. You can find brown sugar pretty much everywhere. And you want to spread the sugar out a little bit.
So if you had a custard at home, you could put the brown sugar on top.
Yep. And you could use a lighter. You could use a lighter, put it in the oven for a little longer, and it'll caramelize the top. But for fun and for efficiency's sake, we blowtorch our creme brulee.
I've got to see this to believe
Yeah,
it.
this is where all the fun happens. So we'll blowtorch it. Now, to know when it's fully caramelized, we make sure that we don't burn it. You'll start to see the sugar sizzle a little bit, and that's when you know that you've hit the right temperature on it, on top. All right.
All right, now, most of us won't have something like this in our kitchen, right? So
No.
what do we do if we don't have your expertise?
You can use a simple lighter, one of your longer lighters, and
Yeah.
and just.
So the idea is you make the custard ahead of time and bake it. And you have to do it at a very low.
Yes, a lower temperature, 200, 250 degrees. What'll happen is in the beginning you'll get all your ingredients together. It'll be in liquid form, and then the oven just bakes the rest of it. And it has to be covered in the oven for it to work.
Then you uncover it and put it out here. Now, do you let it cool before you do anything else to it?
Yes, they need to cool. These creme brulees, when you're baking them in the oven, you need a little water in the dish, a custard dish. So it can essentially, the water boils the custard and creates the nice creamy texture to it. And then once it's finished baking, you're going to want to let it cool and set. And it takes a few hours to set, 2 to 3 hours, and it'll be ready to go to enjoy.
And then you put what on top of it?
Brown sugar. Now, we put the brown sugar to add a nice glossy taste to it on the
So
top.
if you're doing this at home, you just sprinkle brown sugar on top?
Yeah, and I mean, you can do it without the brown sugar. The brown sugar is just a nice.
That's beautiful.
It gives it a nice presentation, that nice texture.
So that's a perfect dessert, but you could use that dessert with a variety of dishes, you know.
Yeah, now once you take the blowtorch or lighter to the creme brulee, you're gonna want to let that top cool down just for a second so the whipped cream doesn't melt all over the place. We'll add our whipped cream to it.
Oh my, this is lovely. Look at this, David.
Yep, and then we'll top it with anything you like. You can do a lot of different things to it.
All right, so what are you putting on there now?
We just have some decadent chocolate shavings just to give it a little presentation and pizzazz.
Oh, that's very elegant.
Absolutely, and the taste of it is very rich.
Now, you could do this ahead of time?
Yep,
You could bake it ahead of time and then just do the finishing touches at the last minute? Is that what you...
Yeah, so you can have this ready to go for your guests at a nice spring afternoon party, or you can just leave it as is. But you know, you can add the whipped cream at the very end, and it'll be perfect, ready to go.
Now, I wanted to ask you, I want to put this down here. I want to ask you about opportunities in the food, I guess the food industry, and what you know, you're a young person with a career. What do you have to do? Have you always had a passion for cooking and food, or is this something that you just decided to do?
I've always had a passion for it. It's a great career field. It's different than most career fields. The hours are very different. You work late nights, you might work early mornings, and the hours are long, very long hour weeks, but the time goes by fast.
So you have to know ahead of time what you're in for if you decide to do this.
You have to know, what you're in for. You have to know that.
Let me see this. Is it hot? Can I touch it?
No.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. I'm going to put this down here along with our main course.
Perfect.
And then I want you to talk a little bit about what it is to be a chef and what advice you might give to some people out there who are thinking of a career.
Yeah. The biggest thing is to have the open mind and willingness to learn and take feedback and just go with it. There's always room for improvement. There's various cooking techniques that you can be an expert at. We have saute cooks, we have grill cooks, pantry cooks, fry cooks. There's
So
all
if
kinds
you're
of
a
different
chef,
things.
you do just one thing?
You'll
Well, if
have
you're a chef, you only fry food? I didn't know this.
no, as a chef, you can go a lot of different routes. A great chef knows all aspects of a kitchen, but you know, there's various
Well, how long
various
does it
aspects to
take
it.
you if you go to a school to learn to become a chef? What is it?
You know, that's kind of a tough question. I always say, you know, it always depends on the person's ability. A great chef, it may take 10 to 15 years for some people. For others, it might take a few years. It really just varies.
Okay. Well, we are going to go to a break, so stay with us.